Hey guys, yeah, so what are we going to talk about today? Hey, we got some bikers out today. So, well, we know what they're going to talk about, and I didn't want it to be a clickbait title, but it is a fail on Triumph's part. I have like 99% of the bike is just super. I'm going to talk about how great this bike is, but they missed the boat on the TFT. There's a few things I think they need to improve. Trying to get the vibration out of the mirrors above 60 would be nice. And a premium bike deserves premium indicators for the US market. It's beyond me why they put these crappy incandescent indicators, turn signals, on the US market. And Triumph's not the only one to do it, but I mean, it's just, I don't get it. But that's a minor thing. It's easy to change. I did it, not a big deal. I put the European one on, so it's all good. But I don't get it. But so let's get to the real elephant in the room. Now, I may be over exaggerating this, but to me, I gotta lower my voice a little too. But to me, it's huge. This screen is absolutely useless on this bike. Now, for most of the information, yeah, it's good. I got the RPM seeing, but because there's the tack is useless. I don't know if you guys can pick it up, but it's like a light gray or bluish tack animation of the tack, and I mean it's not even bright. If it was in a bright, maybe it would be okay. But just the animation design is terrible. And no matter what screen you put it on, when you're going to see my walk around, you'll see I'll put it on different screens. It's all the same. So I don't know who designed it. And if it was a cruising bike, I don't know, but you wouldn't put it on a cruiser bike because it's high tech looking. But that's what it's for. It's just for like you know what it would be for? It would be for a sport touring bike. That's what it would be for, or maybe an adventure bike, but not for a sport bike like this. Now, I call this a sport bike because basically it's a sport naked. I mean, it handles phenomenal, but it doesn't have any fairing or clip-ons. So I don't know if I'm making up a new term for bikes, because there's so many different ones: hyper naked, this, that, blah, standard, whatever. But this is a sport naked as far as I'm concerned. It's just a phenomenal machine. But that dash, why wouldn't you put a performance dash, some type of performance gauge pack on here? Because it's a performance bike. It's not a cruiser bike, it's a performance bike. Yeah, you can cruise with it, but guys, just say it in the comments. Tell me in the comments, am I just overreacting to this? It's it does go bright red when it hits the when it gets near the rev limiter, but to me it needs to have a sweeping motion, like the Speed Twin with nice round tack, and then it's really bright, or maybe even a bar like the BMWs. And if you put it in dark mode, it's during the day you can't see anything. Now at night it's a little bit better, granted, but during the day, terrible. And I do most of my riding during the day. And I know it's going to sound self-serving, but because I'm a drag racer and I like to just accelerate and hit my shift points, and it's just not user-friendly. I'm going to get used to it. I'm going to get to work around it. I'm going to know when, because I'll get the feel for the RPM, know when to hit the shifts, because this thing makes its peak power at 12,000 RPM, and that's where I want to shift it when I'm roll racing or when I'm feeling stupid. And I just want that power there. That's just, I mean, why have the power if you can't use it properly? So it needs a performance gauge pack. But I'm going to live with it. I just think it's a fail. I don't understand who designed something like this. Maybe it was designed for I don't know, some guy on an arcade game or something, but it really wasn't. I don't think they did a good job. Yeah, and this bike has got such a. I'm going to talk more about the good things about the bike, but I have to talk about the dash a little bit more. So yeah, so no matter what I put it in, it doesn't really matter. It's not clear. All the numbers and everything are fine. When you're looking at temperature and stuff like that, and if I just go through the menu here, it's got that's all great. But the performance part it's terrible. I mean, it's just, and I don't understand of all the the reviews, they don't really harp on it. They great handling, and it's great handling. But I'm a drag racer, so yeah. So I'm gonna think. Let's see. Am I gonna go down this way and come around? Yeah. It's a little bit turny over here. We'll see. It'll probably come out the same place, but whatever. So, yeah, it's so nice, the quick shifter. So, so a drag racer, yes, I mean, I'm a drag racer and I want to hit my shift points. But if you're a road racer, when you're coming out of a turn and hit a straightaway, don't you want to get the most power out of the bike and you want to hit your shift points? I just see you just can't concentrate on it enough. Yeah, this is a nice little twisties around here. And I don't get it. I don't get it, Triumph. I just don't understand it. Why you would put a gauge pack like this. I think the older gauge pack from I think 2018 or 19 was better than this, and the speed triple is really nice. I don't understand it, and I'm hoping maybe they can do a software update or a firmware update. I think they can fix it. Whether they're going to do it, I don't see them doing it, so I'm just going to have to live with it. But that's a major fail for me. Major. Yeah, this is nice. You just feel so confident. You just roll over on the seat. Oh yeah, nice. Very nice. I'm gonna have some good things to say about the bike, guys, though. But that to me was a major fail. Just a major fail. Oh man, so confident. Oh my God. And I'm an average rider at best, but you can go through those turns. It's just no problem. So, all right, guys. So that was the title. I wanted to talk about the things I don't like about the bike, which are very few. It's just I think they can fix the vibration issue. I don't feel it in my hands. I just feel it's in the mirrors, and the lights are terrible. The dash, that's got to change. But let's get off of that. Let me know what you think in the comments. Am I overreacting to it? When I do the walk around, I'll explain more about it. But let's talk about the good things. This quick shifter. Oh my God, the quick shifter is butter. Up, down, it doesn't matter. It's just so nice. Just, oh God, just this can really make you. This can make you a better rider than you are. This is just an amazing machine. Amazing. It's a phenomenal machine. The engine, I think I talk about the engine enough. In fact, I didn't talk about the engine at all. A phenomenal 3-cylinder engine. This triple, super smooth. Yeah, when you get to the high RPM and you're maybe 11,000, you feel a little bit, but it's a very smooth motor, very linear in power, and probably, I would say, maybe deceiving in its power. Like the FZ was just like instant, not instant, but it would just come on real strong about 8,000, and this is just so linear. Yeah. And it's just, the wheel comes up a little bit, and it's just so linear. It's not scary in any way, but yet it's fast. I mean, it's fast. And so it's a super power plant. I mean, I guess over the years they've really refined it. And I'm really impressed with the engine, the transmission. Very easy to find neutral. The ride is just really nice. It's firm but not punishing. I changed it. You'll see in the walk around. I changed the preload in it because I just think it was too much for my weight, and it made a major difference in overall rides for me. I softened the shocks up just a tad, and it's just perfect for me. Tire pressure I changed. I put 30 and 29 in the front, 30 in the rear. It had 42, 36 from the factory. I thought it was way off. The bike really didn't respond the way I wanted to, and the ride quality I think was just not good. But no, it's spot on. So a couple of adjustments, and it's absolutely spot on. So I am bitching about the TFT a lot, but it's not a deal breaker. I'm not getting rid of the bike. It's just too much fun. It's just way too much fun. Just absolute phenomenal overall. Gas mileage, I've been getting like 40 miles to the gallon. Not too bad, and I'm always on and off the throttle. It's not like I'm just at a steady pace cruising and stuff. I'm just popping the throttle on and off. I'm doing lots of full throttles right to the maximum. I like to push the RPMs right to the max. I just like to ring it out, And with the exhaust, it sounds so cool with the exhaust. You're just fearless. You go into the turns, you just kind of put your body, you slide your butt over a little bit, it sticks like glue. Oh yeah. it's like I said, it's an easy ride. It's an easy bike to ride fast, and it can make a good rider out of you for sure. And that's about it, guys. I didn't have a lot to say. I didn't want to make the video too long. I just wanted to talk about the TFT. Everything else with the bike, you'll see the walk around, and it'll show you everything I did to the bike, all my little accessories, and that I put on it, little things, and just to make my bike mine, like everybody does. And I'm happy with the purchase. I'm not disappointed with the purchase at all. But as you get to learn a bike, like with the GS, there was very few things that the only thing I was really disappointed with the GS was the engine when it got warm, and that was it. Otherwise, everything was just spot on with the bike. Yeah, I always want a little bit more power, but really, you don't need that kind of power in that type of bike. And it accelerates really hard, and you don't even need the downshift. So, it's just so smooth. This quick shifter is butter. I tell you, it's no comparison from the GS. The GS first and second, not good. Second and third, a little better, but not great. I mean, it's just so smooth. It's just a smooth bike, guys. If you're looking for a fun bike, you want to that lady scared me. A fun bike that you want to, it's light, it's easy to maneuver. It's not an all-day bike, I guess, if you're a long cruise, but I'm going to probably take it on some longer cruises. But it's a fun bike, and it feels so light and nimble. You can't go wrong with it. So I know I bitched and complained, but I'm still happy with the bike. I'll live with the TFT. I'll make it work for me. I pray that Triumph will have an update, but I'm not holding my breath. Yeah, you'll see the rest of the stuff I talk about when I do the walk around. And but I just wanted to also tell you guys, it's a nice. It's a phenomenal machine. It's very well engineered. Like I said, I'll give it a rating of 99%. I'll take 1% off because of the dash, even though it's a big 1%. I'm going slow through here because depending on what the rain we get, right here we get a lot of sand on that turn. But yeah, so it's not it may not bother a lot of guys, but it bothers me. So I know I'm redundant. I'm going over the same thing over and over again. So I don't know what else I'm going to be adding. I know I'm going to be adding a lot more of the stuff. I talked about the cruise control in the walk around. I'll talk about the cruise control and probably put my grip puppies on it. I had them on, but I had to take them off for some reason, and I forgot what it was. But I'm going to put them back on because the grips are too narrow. And for some reason, with a narrow grip, because my hands are so big, it bothers my fingers. I like a fatter grip, but that's not a big deal either. So, all right, guys, let's pull into my favorite spot, and so we can do the walk around, and and then we'll finish it up from there. And yeah, so yeah, we'll be back in a bit.
All right, guys, we are back. I think just the phone will do a better job with the stuff I want to show you. So, yeah, I told you I added the bar and weights to help the vibration, but yeah, didn't seem to help much. But I'm going to leave them on because, God forbid I drop the bike, it'll help protect something. I'm waiting for, they're out of stock, but I'm waiting for the Triumph, sliders. I like the way they look. They keep this nice hardware, and the fasteners are really cool, and that's why I want to stick with them. So I just have to wait till they come out. The bike, you just look at the fasteners and everything they've done, and it's top quality. I just don't get why they can't do those little things I asked. And I did move the horn. I don't like the horn sitting down there. I guess you can hear it better, but I gotta hide that thing. Anyway, yeah, and I put these are from Amazon, no less, but they're exact copies of the European versions, and they have all the factory connections, and it just works out great. So that's the LED lights I put on, but they make really cool ones, sequential ones that Triumph, and maybe in the future I might go with them, but right now I had to get those hideous ones off. And so let's see. Okay, yeah, this is the thing that I thought was pretty cool, what I did. So let's see if we can focus this in here, guys. Okay, yeah. Focus. I don't know if you can see that. Right, let me get my finger in there. Yeah, and you see I smashed it with a hammer. That wasn't good. Yeah, that's a USB port. And how you get this to get to there, you see this little here, right here? Well, there's a little pin, there's a little like a punch, and you just pop the middle in. It pushes that little clip out, and you just pull off this body panel, this small one here, and then we just run down here. We pull off this body panel, and we just run the cable down here underneath the seat. And I'm just going to show you what I did, but I think that's pretty cool. Let me get the key out. Okay, and the seat comes off so easy on this. It's just so cool. Okay, so what I did was, as you can see, it has a USB. Why they put it back there? Guys, in the comments, please. Why do they put it back there? I don't understand why they put it back there. What's the point of it? I want to put my phone back here. I gotta have to make sure it's covered because it's going to be bouncing around, and who knows what'll happen to it. So yeah. So then we run a 6-foot cable. A 3-foot cable is a little bit too tight for this, so I run a 6-foot cable. Piece of cake, super easy to do. I bought that piece on Amazon, and it was just, a 3/4 inch hole, maybe a little bit less. Just to drill a little hole there. It's inconspicuous. It's just perfect. It's just a good deal. If you guys want any comment on it, or you want to know how I did it, more detail, just make a comment and I'll respond. Also, with those lights, I don't know if you can see with those. These are the connections for the lights, and they're just plug and play. They go into the factory connector. It's just, you just can't beat it. And then what I did with my little tail bag here. Now, somebody asked about the tail bag if I did have it. Just hold on a second, guys. Now this is a Nelson rig, and usually they have pulls. See, this is the pull, make it tight on both sides. Well, I decided I got to make this tight. After a while, they tend to loosen up a little bit. So I needed something to stay tight all the time. So I just took one strap, wrapped it around, ran it through this buckle, and now you just have one pull on each side. It's super tight. It never loosens up. Like, these things are known to loosen up every time, and you always got to tighten them, like I always did with my GS. And I put them underneath the tools here, so it's just easy to put it back on, on the back. Just clip it back in, and these things aren't flapping anywhere. So yeah, I thought that's kind of a good deal. It's super simple, and it kind of almost looks like the factory, and it's really just let's see if I can do it with one hand. Yep, and that's it. And it's, guys, I'm sorry, I know it's hard to do with the camera, but it goes on, piece of cake, no problem. As I pick up my glove, yeah. So that's a nice accessory, and I think it fits, and it's super tight. It's super tight, and I gotta have it. It looks 100% better, I grant it, with the cowl on it. But I need it, I got my water in there when I'm on, I put my hat in there because my head burns, because when you're old, your hair goes and you burn easy. And so I'm always got my hat in there, maybe some tools. I got a compressor in here, a little compressor, a plug kit, just in case, you never know. And yeah, so that's a nice accessory. So what else did I do? I put the spools on so I can jack this thing up. Real easy to do the chain maintenance. It doesn't have a center stand like the FC, but who cares? It would look terrible with a center stand. Also, another thing the dealer didn't do. Every dealer I bought a bike for, 4 bikes I've bought in the past from dealers, they all put these on. The battery tender. Super easy to do. But I wouldn't probably want them to do it, because when I looked at what they did underneath the seat, they didn't put the rubber boot over the battery. And like I said, stuff was just laying, not plugged in its rubber sockets, rubber things, the grommets and stuff. You know what I'm talking about, guys. I'm going brain dead, but they weren't putting their back into their proper position. Just stuff was just laying there. And what else? So I'm trying to think. Oh, I do have a new toy coming, which is kind of cool, and it's cruise control. So I got cruise control coming, and I have to thank a gentleman, and I forget his YouTube channel. It's a small channel, but he has a speed triple, and it uses the same type of setup here. And I thought you had there's a couple of screws here. So you're able to focus. There's one over here. I think, well, you just unscrew that, pull this piece off, and then it comes apart. Well, it doesn't work like that. When you take that off, you see all the innards and all the way the thing works, and that doesn't move. So I looked at him. I watched one guy do it. He pulled this thing off, but he broke it. And this guy says it's simple, super simple. There's a little. Let's see if we can look at that. Okay, so here is your little zip tie. You clip that off. This whole piece unplugs, and then there's. I guess this is the neutral safety switch setup. One Torx fastener, like right here, comes off. And then if you guys can see, I'm going to move real quick. I know this is a pain to watch. There's a little slot in here. And this thing, you buy a little tool, you use a screwdriver. You take this screw out rather. There's another one on the bottom, right over here. You slide this off. You slide that tool into that hole. The whole thing just slides off. It's a piece of cake, easy peasy. Thank you so much, sir. I forgot your channel, but if you ever watch mine, thank you so much. It made it so much easier. YouTube, you gotta love it. And so that's coming. And then I put this little cozy on the cylinder, the little, on your master cylinder, and somebody told me it's worth 5 horsepower. I don't think I believe that, but you never know. So what else? Oh yeah, I did a change on the, this is going to be a long video. I did a change on the preload. As you can see, I didn't have the proper tool, so I kind of nicked it a little bit, but whatever, I can deal with it. I had the proper tool for this one, but not for the small one. Anyway, I took some preload out, about 1.5 turns, and it made a huge difference in the ride quality. It's still compliant, and it's but it rides smoother for some reason, and I don't figure why, because you're not really taking the spring. The spring rate still stays the same, but it just, it had too much sag. If you guys are familiar with sag, it had like almost 40 millimeters of sag when it should be only between 15 and 20. So I got the sag right, and then I adjusted the shocks a little bit softer, not much, just whatever the book said to be in comfort mode, and it still handles great, but it's more comfortable, and it was noticeable for me. It may not be for others. Yeah, I guess that's it. Oh yeah, and we did the tail tidy, but we know about that. So I've done my little accessories, and like everybody does, and everybody has their own way of doing things. Some guys like to do that tail light where everything is mixed into one. I don't like that because it's bright for the brake, but it's the signals I don't think are bright. I've seen them on bikes, and they're hard to see. I don't like them, so, and I don't mind the lights being out there. Maybe I'll go with different ones in the future, but right now I like them. I think the bike is clean, looks good, and I guess that's it. I just want to do a walk around and show you my accessories and all the little things I've done, and I don't know what else I have planned. We already talked about the exhaust, and yeah, I don't know what else I'm going to have planned in the future, but I'm sure there'll be something. I want to show you the dash. Guys, bear with me. Okay, let's put the dash on, and I don't know if you guys ever seen my camera setup. Oh boy, it's just such a neat setup. Oh, I tell you, that wireless mic, this is the wireless mic setup. That's a game changer, absolutely. And the Action 3, I like it so much better than the GoPro, so much better. But that's me. All right, so we're gonna change. This is the whatchamacallit I use. Okay, if I put it into dark mode, let me see if I can put it into dark mode. Nope. Yeah, I can put it into dark mode. Okay, let's go down. All this information is great. I have no problem with. This is funny. I want to talk about this. If you notice, it says 2001. 2001. That's my service is due. I don't know if I'm going back in time or did I miss it. What's that all about? And I guess I should be happy because I didn't, when I did my 600-mile service, which it's got like, if you could see, I have 698 miles on it now. I did 600 mile service 100 miles ago, and the little wrench didn't come on. And why? I don't know, because this is how they had it set. So another fail for the dealer. Anyway, let me just show you other stuff. So let's put it on low. Okay, you can't see that during the day. It's just not good at all. It doesn't come up good. You can see these numbers okay, but you can't even see what the tack is doing, and it's just not good. Even though I like it black, but during the day it doesn't really work. So let me just show you. Let's go back to auto, and let me just show you the other. Oh boy, this video is going to be so long, guys. I'm going to have to do something. Maybe I'll do a two-parter. Let's see, display. And then we're going to go to visible trays, and then we're going to go to color, style, and then we'll get back into the main menu, or not the main dash. So here's the styles. This is style 1. A little bit better, but not much, and there's no tack. There's no number tack. You just have to go by this graphic here, and this animation just sucks. And then, so let's go to style 2. That's what I normally run. Style 3, that's useless. I don't know who would use that style. And then style 4 is also useless. I don't get that one either. So those are the styles. This is the one I use. Triumph, please do a firmware update or a software update, and give us a dashboard we can use. Come on. It says good afternoon, but I can't have a good afternoon when my dash is not performing. Doesn't have a performance gauge pack. It has to have a performance gauge pack. All right, guys. Yeah, that's it for this. I know it's been too long. I was going to give you more thoughts on the ride home, but I think we got pretty much everything squared away, and I'm sure I'll have another video out soon. Yeah, later, guys.